Oklahoma Serie and Bologna hosting the Latin American som en poäng med for this one as the coded den och 23. This is a former defender Mano Pascal could it Emmanuel put it Thomas said a very good evening everyone. Yes, we are delighted from there done so done I couldn't shunt much at this easy. Yeah, it's not a cup final at Bologna, but the stakes are really high here. The Delta Cup can be a real turning point for both teams. Was it tonight to see goodbye to the European football forum. Bologna at the bottom on the other side. We got the losing side. 40 Diavolo headed wide by the second star. We were songing with the inside one points player. First, Milan must win and the count again and pressure on the net. Otherwise, with that pulling cushion into between. Very confident going into the rest of February and beyond there. Shown the travelling supporters, the Serie faithful expecting from 30,000 fans inside the ground tonight for Bologna Milan. As we're saying, as the action comes to a close, the latest set of Serie fixture, then the Coppa Italian is back till tomorrow. Just keeps on coming. It's Canicho, Marathon right now, real buffet on the Serie Coppa Italia, which is guessed the way we like it. Bologna supporters this Tuesday night. Should enter the substitutes making their way out. It's a very chilly night, but we are in February as one would expect, and it's not too chilly there in the tunnel. Covers no Bergs in his weights to. He and his team beyond arriving as well in the background. They're emerging from the locker room. And their change strip tonight, the yellow strip. So not a tribute to the jerseys from the mid-90s. And there she won the title there. And you're just saying, I love on good lunch. So Lois Ferguson was one of the new fresh from his contracts. And over the course of the evening, we'll talk about that. Richmond's fine, full of indeed. Del Gappia, Novovic. So starting in defense for there. And then there is Gianluca Manganiello. So just waiting then for the old player. On Wishburn. It's just us as well. A little bit, although she's if he's ready, teams are ready, we're ready as well. So now I can sit back and enjoy. Take another step towards Champions League qualification, but the pressure on leaders Inter. That's ejected tonight for Serie Milan. And the Rossoneri will, on paper at least, fancy their chances. Bologna have only tasted victory once in their past 10 Serie games. It them pulled down in 10 spots. Allowed chance with Italiano Borneo. Enjoyed their finest hour last Spain, beating Milan in the Coppa Italia final. So can they enjoy another memorable night? all the boost. Search play has gone through for the pre-match handshakes. Most solid first one through. So, the captain of Solidi and company, his out Bologna line up tonight. Lukumi is out with a hamstring injury, so Kazanle on his Hegam in defense. Dennis Nofroda Achilles in midfield. Sen Kinstrom starts in attack. New addition, Ventuslodi Jalmaniel is on the bench. Modric into the only goal of the game in the reverse fixture back in September. The change strip tonight, the all yellow belonging those famous Rosso blue because the red and blue. Or is Louis Ferguson and Mike Manuel latter fresh from renewing his contract to 2031. Great news for Milan. Romaniel in fantastic form this campaign. There's your referee for tonight's encounter. Jahuka Manganiello. Pezzuto full off official. Hade vi sett Emily Sonnen. Sonnen. Namene Gevzini. They are at the system. They are respectively. As for Milan, Pavlovic comes in for Tomori at the bench. In midfield, Salanakas is out injured, so Atekame is given a rare start. Preferably hours only did enough for the bench, so we've got a hurt pass to Christopher Okumpu, Loftus Cheek plays in support. Oh, well, that's right inside then from the Rossoneri. The yellows tonight with that spread. An honor tribute to one of their away strips for 95-96 season. Here in which they did win the league title, so they're hoping that there's a positive island and can bring them luck again. Final checks from the referee of the Bologna to get us underway. It's been moments of tension. And we are up and are running. Bologna need a win. Milan and likewise shared objective as they look to put the pressure back on into watching this one on Sunday is Manuel Pascani. Good evening, Manuel. Good evening, Thomas. Yes, it's a crucial patch for posti, but yes, è similata. Avete compito sfidato while the other side poured up desperate to take the reduce the gap with Kobo. Occupying that last European so this is 11 points adrift. European places off this cheek. And they're with Nadekame. Such a bit too heavy from Luka Modric. One, as we say, much points, or rather, it's one win in the past 10 in Serie. Just 1 point from the last 5. That fun delight has gone from a fortress to a base that is done far from impregnable. To be the Thomas there, so you pop some the football I got to press. That's the basically like I said, that's you some little Pangolic Castle, Gabia, head up on the other side of Wingwood with Devita. John by Loftus Cheek for Mongonco. They always were saying not 100% fits. What is it? Hazard traveled his out, and then you fire issue. So Daniana. And so they still get the support though of the Mondia fans. And the thousands of some blue supporters at the club's training ground over the weekend to show their support despite recent results, which have been very disappointing. Only actually 7 points worse off than this time last year. Milan 13 points better off. His point and Rossoneri. They Bologna, as expected, destroyed them. Banagi spada ball out the park. Out of there for the right side, the do side of Bologna with the solid of the ball. There's off Solini. It's up there. Oh God. Swept away. Danger not over. Mussolini helps it on. Listen to more of the Dylan. Yananda. Rodney. Vulu. Back with Miranda. Ferguson's the. As he got a corner. Yes, Border started shooting well here. Took me to step Musa Kapolov. He set up. Tries first on the right, or the left to the point the best path. Sort of Bologna at the ball. Going. Kept by either side of this. The chance of that they cut back. Comes off by Zultia. Basically, that defended by Van Alport. The Ferguson's swing is Edgman. Ferguson plays it short. And Ferguson loops up and over. They're appealing. They're going to keep up the pressure here. They tried to play short, but AC Milan defenders this location. The Partizani plus Modric reacted well to know another chance. Goes Miranda. Heading out over the bar by Hegem. Still seeking his first for the bar. It shows aero prowess there. Take a good chance there. Zorba the delivery by Berarda. Sweet the left foot. The front post area. Hegem, who is close to Gaga, deep enough. That was a good chance. Same position on the last step. Well, Brenda found that against Parma at the weekend. But a goal. Just big women's. Sunny dip strides during what's qualifying. The Champions League football is a snipper, however, for Roma. The reason why Milan take it down to destroy it later at the moment. So he continues much the strength there. Objective is to qualify for the Champions League, but winning tonight, surely he can't hide. They must be considered as critical challenges. Yes, of course, Thomas up. Remember, they lost just one game. The opening one, they Serie A against Cremonese. Had this beautiful positive run for them also there. They do up. Them 2-1 games without loss. Certain wins in that run as Rabiot. To know what's unthinkable. But he ended off this season. Manuel's in the Coppa Italia. 16 against Lazio. So now they can only focus on. There'd also be a positive, it has to be said as well, focusing just on Serie with Inter force fighting on political fronts. Yes, if Giovanet Napoli did la season, who's it dopo di game, a Verona, dopo la Verona, this without with Cremonese, with how to front of the old the cup, now it's knows but this Scudetto to think about. That's my opinion. Spoke how happy he was to renew his contract last week. Lego Sanders, the top 3 goalkeepers in Europe. It's been outstanding this season. It's been very much magic night. Once again, also in the last turn. Zoftea, split, break. Just to give it that. Also in the switch of the play. Yeah, but about isolated. Pop on his slack. Now, Dartham run. Prow has a go. You can see he's causing it at the moment. Who was waiting for Violata Prevola to play that space the room, but he's tried for these stats. So you need something special to beat this part of the kind of these stats has been incredible this season. The third goalkeeper. Such a noise and firm. The results on Bologna's side tonight. The head-to-heads as well are very much against 20 in Serie with Milan. Only one win. And however, in this fixture last February, just chips it upfield. Blanco. This cheek moves out to Kazan. It's of us. I don't look like this is in some way cool everywhere, but this will leave Loftus-Cheek against Calzada. Yes, both are quite physical. I think Loftus-Cheek has got the better pace compared to the further lateral defender. Several duels across the bar tonight. It's Rowe, sport for the club, but never in Serie A. Mig said that his account tonight joins Bologna after now infamous The dressing room bust up with Rabiot now. Who's playing for Milan. Still outside each other up until last season with a little bit Marseille as Rabiot picks it out. And Thankful. Trying to release Loftus-Cheek. Great ball. Loftus-Cheek. Doesn't really up enough. And that, yes, bringing up his eye and keeping up the Englishmen. But we just said it. This can't be the key. Because Beckett was late, partner. Clip court here, you have to read the danger. Still with your back to turn live goal. You live cut on it, expose it. There is a big difference about speed between the two players. Not ready for Bologna. Not too cheap, wasted it. There's again, it's just cheap. Nice pace. These opening exchanges in the Delata. I'm refusing to read anything into Bologna's word for the results, saying rather highlighting their strengths. They press well, lots of attacking options. As Allegri knows, they beat Milan last season in the cup final. Plus it sells me up. One's the double then, and then the reverse against Chip in September. Bologna lost up all of the key players. The goal is scored. Doria that died. The ball was at the back. To die down without the Lukubi. It will come up. Lukubi is injured. Will come up. Displayed with Napoli. Let's shot there of the play on. So there. Oh, Sonini himself. Regal frame. Again, runs good joined by his fellow countrymen. Hairlands bring this winter transfer and from Fran. So, I don't know, from Juventus. Simon Son, can't upload, but from Fiorentina, Milan, just ball group. They were stalling it with Arteta, Crystal Palace, but that fell through after Felix made it some needy problems for the Frenchman. Now, Louis Sturgis. Right, Podgard is screening for a cup start. So I think that they're good if these for Bologna. Set this on the pit behind the thoughts of joy. This is a wonderful tribela deliver. So bro it the Ronaldo dog. This is the chance that we are talking about. Lots of shoot, it's kick for Tazard. The beer did well to timing is a dive. But this is obviously lots of chick has to go better. What against one with the goalkeeper. Just where is basic. That part of the front of the just bring back into the side after Stuart Skinner's a straight red card last time out to play that shortly. Rubble with lovely meets. Still with Runt. Hosted rounds. Africa says, please get patch up. Once your feed, Modric has lost the boots, but he was fouled in the process. All happening. Yeah, all at beef, he's all tired, but there he had the chance to just pass slowly, sweetly towards a border and here at the box. We can see. So the babies have this second from the camera. I have couple referee. But a couple of players at the edge of the box here with come see the light push by Gada. Yes, probably local fans for Nav had the throw with that actually by Gad by there, and it's a couple of meters away. So I think start the season spot on. Very deadly, a bit well placed there. Well, maybe a rush of blood to the heads. Maybe the thing about 9 more kilometers the Milan machine. They're on a written run. That's the 1990s under the great Fabio Capello. Donald continues to say that you do need to kick on. You do have what it takes to challenge into the things. No, after I'm not submitting the circle was smaller, so I suppose I've struggled against the Ciccone, as they're known in the Italian football jargon. Sees and dropping points against the likes of Pisa and Sassone Putin, who we said usually come on it, is it? I can match their one. But in the days, though, the big games, they've really disappointed. Yeah, detto quella, the agile crash is up. This is a cool shot. Gibbs for that because see that it gathered, but yes, it had this, thought there is peace at that, the Congo. These are very, very important one, considering Inter has now 6 points ahead of the Rossoneri. Så Serbien kommer och shape the next wave and speed the smart of the 18th because the Winter Olympics, that's them as these are in 10 days' time. They've been speaking about that, saying there's a held him Milan to help injured finds Churakawa and the vice of Salamakis. Pulisic both out tonight. They are not 100% fixed on their string now. That side injury. And Jon goes through the middle. But it almost without full cricket to start to deliver to try to see the Naftos Chico with the long ball. And now Solini, the normal Pavlovich. Good work from off Solini. Listen, Jan did well. He's taking equator. Dennis Wall, Solides to do an on goal. One against Pavlovich. He tried to beat these defender. That's what you want to him to do every single time he's got the bullet. He try to eat the bullet. It does. He should. Not sure if there is a contact between the old guard head that up you. That's what this sound does, but that's what is there. That's what old guard is saying to. I got the end of no contact. But final floor is been that is one some of those of the exhibit and one beyond the Primavera, the youth team. And again, just takes his time there. Hey, footwear, his shoes here. For Milan, number 14, as we're saying, it's the only goal they gave in the reverse fixtures the week that actually turned 40, but in September. Modric hasn't scored since then. Just waiting there. On Vitch. Yeah, that's all quite the other story. Always take a bit of time, but to leave more than time to go back at the park. But when you're from one keeper to another, so same value straight back into the side. Deputizing Skorupski more than ever December and January. Skorupski returned last time up, sent off against Genoa. They were leading 2-0 at one stage, Bologna, but that dismissal gave Genoa the upper hand, and they scored 3 stunning goals to win 3 to another sink. And then for the Rosso Blue, Bologna is strong versus a wide ever champion. Yeah, that's why he's been compared to all time, although the way he's shielded the ball, the way he's looking for the center to fight with. It's very good on the hold it up, playing like he's doing here. Sound for the ball. It's not like cut off. He just in position receives. They're gonna move it or they're gonna put it in the big step with the property. So they go a few center backs up in one Kazan. JC Milan defenders really deep. And this ball flicked on. Held by Mignon. Lovely was old card that the player that beat. Went to the ball with the air. Good bully, but he did something special from the cut over position. Should have thrown Magic Mike has been in next season as Gambia carries out from the back. But with Pavlovich as first outing since the 11th of January, and he had that aerial flash with Kito Komutso with the 9 stitches. Fofana, keeper is fellow countryman. Brilliant touch by Fofana. Went past the foul in the middle of the park, cup there, trying to feed the cook too heavy. Tamanya, back to Modric. Now take Garmin. Spill for me and the late equaliser, right? Squeeze up. Just grab his chance then. Final Salamakis is being the present this season. Grab you. In team peak. Modric. Off to Cheech. Put it quite good. Here is at the camera. But that's wide. There's the chance for AC Milan to break the deadlock. Good to be for tapping for the right play, volley. And look, I get 2 days not tight enough for the Fofana. But this is a brilliant ball by the number 24. Who can make him lost his balance. Vaya just lost the ball on the back or it wide. Off on up in the side, then he's been under Sutton in his 2 games. Second because he's got almost half to the previous one with an offside cheek. Drinko, Rabiot, Way the Drinko, just cheek. Demo just to get in the way and start again. As you can see, the Italianos got some helmets at the back, and look for me is just two passive player, the influential player at the back, and you can see the shake it. Trying to next week. For me, Lenevsky in him. I think Palmer just a regional job. The down in the far side, he said a big ball in a few moments. So down, you can live links. I do not use this well to offer. He started well. It doesn't have the easy task to face the defensive duties a player like Owen. Park on Soda. It's something a kick if lot of joy for AC Milan. Delight. Dodge Salamanca. This is the player that has kept. Create 6. Similar dog, what she got there. So now seeing the towering figures that Milan have more time from Pavlovic to Gabic off the shake. This gig, whether put away. The Vinter. Thoughts on it? Two of them normal in. Buffana's won it back. Buffana still. At the camera, ball in quick. And now Rapio. That you. There's Jimmy. What do you think? They picked it up and the Englishman has been called upon to score tonight and has done it just nice. Puff towards him, bus. He could see them, was given to up, had the Sino later, another mother football hit. But this time it's a Cuckoo completely left by himself. This is a poor ball lost by Alsoridi. We can see from here. Again, decent ball here. You could take it by himself. I think he looks like he's in the onside position. The this ball side semi to well you see the easy pass for lost to Sheik that this is however this have the opening goal for AC Milan. This is second down on half the season. Since late August. Yes. Answer the call of Max Anthony. But now 100% fit. No Bonasiga for Santi Menes, another one in the treatment room. Just stepping out of that. Yeah, Bologna players did manage to clear the danger. Now they have to check probably Cuckoo position, but look like more to the downside position. It needs it. Yes, the clean start. What the hell is it not? That's safely to make a single goal. Then off this cheek. Did the season so well, in fact, to put a pull up, but didn't he back to the Indian squad after several years in the wilderness. Recent months has they were bummed down the peg. They would have had. Penn State was even linked for the return to the Premier League during the month of January. Milan, and they wanted him to stay, and they'll be delighted he has. Getting that first goal, and it's made that look soon. So it's there, take 4 steps. Twin Lips Champions League qualification and relegation to their City Highlines. Couple of big mistakes. The first one by oscillated. They cannot lose the ball in that kind of situation. Then the second one bites off there. You cannot leave a player like Cuckoo free to receive the ball. A couple of meters away from your goalkeeper. And then the third, the big one. Well played as from the defenders. Then your great pass. Spotted the lobster cheek. What deal? Rowe. Still with Braho. Quite sure he had in mind there maybe squad in 2 minds to see the down there, the middle of the pitch. Sounds like this has travelled with this one as well. Yep, it's all about board they're playing as well. Then here we can see the goal. Looks up there, Kelsey could cool down here. And his side is a kind of needs it, but it's clearly offside. Great beat by Kukun with the perfect timing. Det kind of easy, that great block by Abada, but there, Rabio making the difference again. Spotting up to Chick, easy finish. Saki and Wilson need to bring Rabio to me. That's easy. That's it. That was sympathetic. Simply coming back to Serie. Well, again, by the Juventus. That's being like every second's battle with the name. The first name's on the team. She had Rabio. Atita, Loftus-Cheek position is the one that peeped and make the photo that behind the striker, 3 to move. Wherever he feels he's gonna receive the ball. Those out, think for it, it's not 100% fit either, broken toe. And he's brought him, stood up. He did the ball, just came back. Modric. At this Agi, set a pace. Moves out. They're doubling up there. And the Italian, Orsolini. Finds a big error. It's not being the greatest of starts by Orsolini, but that occasionally helps Bologna win a free kick. Can it ball by all them? Because he's forced up the Vita if we're going to see again to stay really, really tight that along with Wars by itself. So that gap, yeah, out. Sailed in, I'll on, not fun. So I'm played by Sofada Pacific. What if be the opposite? But Sofada, as soon as he felt, he called that little old guard went down. His Sifabia kind of waiting, old guard. Yes, they're experienced. Play by Lord Santana here. You don't hear prevalence of there. Do realize he touched the ball with the butt of his head. Here, the ball felt and it to egg up. Lost the ball again. Fabio picked enough to shake. 1-0. That's already been a great lead for me then. Oh, County, that's good. Excellent good one. The bench did his one assist. Putting in Giza and Heavy's apart. This Elmer Racing, horse racing tape. That was great. Shivan looks to head to the racetrack when Milan have a bit of time off. Of course, what he does again. Milan isn't so far so good. It's going on to try and find a way back into this game. Okay, but this done looking very, very solid. They did a couple of very, very good chances. The dance usually be complete. This is that they won't go on. You can't. That's what Tony has been saying. It's been says far too many of these cheap mistakes in recent months have cost them. They need to get to this level. So the start of the season, start with her, and they went on that 90-point run. Beating Milan in the showpiece final then. First piece of silverware in 50 years. Little Papa said you can see that something is visible. So I think that looks solid anymore. Had the back up too many for of his mistakes. I think that I'm involved with anymore. This from Paris FC. Those are leaving the club in January. Just like that, yeah. Decided to Fiorentina. But some of them only 2 Juventus with a jump annual going the other way. And if stay like this, would expect someone like John to be thrown into the fray. And still a long, long way to know. We think about changes running midway through the first half from not just cheap. The second of the season, the difference. Rowe. Tapped by Modric. Modric looking to release Santa Galmet. Whaps over his shoulder. De Calmet. And then Ferguson coming back to met the ball. Yeah, good job by the Now I think Albert is a decent player. There's got plenty of lads. It's very that act as well. Quick. È stato anche buono the first serve. Subdivided. It's not easy coming in third. This was starting every single game. Then last time out against Remo when he wasn't fully fit. In fact, it was evident that he came off at half time. I don't remember the one who something like this is former clubs going in always. Bit the done out of the shingle. Qualified for the Champions League 2 seasons ago. Back at Milan though, rejuvenated. Free. So I'll tell you, didn't make amends, as you're saying, Madwell. Aren't they responsible for the goal and suing in the build-up? Cheap ball to lose. Ferguson, Rowe, and that is promising. Around the top, but they want it back. Now, Ferguson got first time hit. Still there. Ferguson. Side to tick towards offside. You need. Yeah. Paul got it clean from that position now. And so I think better kids bit all they said right. Stop taking in that foot. What took and trying to was looking for Pavlovic as usual. Big solid beat on that'll be focused up. Good block. One it shouldn't. This bad. They did win this fixture last season, coming from a goal down. A centre pass, some down to Doy target. Now what guard? What? So it's paying out. Oh, Salini, to trying to play it into a teammate, or was he going for goal? There was a decent idea overall. There was a Kazan as well, who tried to tell the bots. You can see he's in Dutch. There you have to cowboy, you have to believe yourself. It can happen inside the box. And obviously goals as well on fraud. Castro, they've got no scoring bad. This the one in Serie in November. That's still 6, Australian 7.5. Those 7 goals coming in the first 7 match days of the season. That's what we're saying. Bologna are all deep in form in the past couple of months. Made the spree, but I don't do my hair as well. That, of course, I think I'm in range anything about you, but what did he wanted to stay? Fight for his spot. Right, then the foul there. Yeah. Taking touch of your renew aggressive, but cool. It's the hard pit. The world with that referee. You can see the difference, Thomas, for the team, two teams. One really confident. You see that the other door at all. You kept seeing it. Social what Matteo Gabby has been saying in an interview with me. They're saying about this game, praising the work Carlton. It's Allegri. Solid comeback. And Allegri. He also said he believes Milan can win all of their games from now on. He's really confident they can and win the Scudetto. It's a strong message to Inter. One at Cremona, is it? From the Sunday win, which was marred by crowd trouble. The flare ran onto the bench, which fortunately didn't seriously injure Aldeano, but was reeling, spotted right next to him. Fukushima on the best with a very speedy recovery and return. All right. Device to be on the hut with the wind wild quickly, crisply, to the time by Del Scott the board side to side, finding its solution. They start to scratch up. Hold on your pressure. So, midway the penalty. Last time out, 1-1 draw against Ramo. Firing there. I really think of what he's done wrong this season since coming in for Nesto Pinyan. It's it down there. Sends him to trouble. At one stage, they were talking about deciding maybe doing the new left-sided player for it, but the Marcos comes forward back into form, and he's going to be across. He's optional at left-hand side, intake on ball and I do especially close to the floor by the Marcos speed for that. I'll see circles speed out started this season again. Chip start that he had during the second start on top 8. Point. Brown. Underway by Batisaki. To Taya. Zoila to bring it into his strides. Malrabion. Fantastic work. Loftus, Jing, Lucy. Point up. Solini. Oh God. Miranda. Milan scrambling away. Fabrizio Solini was trying to set that himself for the shot for Bizo. In position. People that better forward, but one with it now. Enjoying a prolonged spare of possession. I've got some word my menu on that. Solini. Was quite vision. This evening we'd have dogs sunny in it. Some of the same goals have dried up in recent months. Miss form reflecting that off Bologna. This is standing the skills from Rabiot. Yeah, he's such a good player. It needs to be all of the park. It is absolutely dominated in every single time he's been picked up. Can I look? Sort of. Most I never did that nickname. Who's known as Monsieur. Lucifer is French. The roots. Beyond that one, that's an easy one to work out why. There's Rabiot goes through the middle. Unthought. Joe Cagney. Comes the referee, no foul pit. Do its curb. I could take it that bad. Sort of there. Hot first time. Hot yards. Solini will chase. It's not quite happening so far for him here. For Solini. The old side of the outfit that he said gave it the chicken up back. We're talking about sort of a cool rhythm. Ball down the Serie access joined. So those from the penalty spot. Christopher Nkunku, the goal cut since December, those after a slow start. Started to find some goals going form, and here he is, Nkunku. Main ball for Entekame. Nkunku. Zeti first from Milan. To force the issue. Devinto. Movement is the count for the club. In the Mod 1 draw against the Giannotti at the Olympic last weekend. Modric, Loftus, Cheek. Now Nkunku. Penalty. Provided deal to bring him down. Christopher Nkunku may have the chance to double there at the header of the bush. Too easy for AC Milan. When you try to press, we don't want the ball, but look here, Kazani. You don't have to read as it is said that I have a single challenge. There you can leave your opponent with the ball. There is a stone ball pounding about the cannot disappear. Because always got a chance from the penalty spot to double the lead. This confirms and talking about Madworth only without. You'll call me different proposition, but of course missing Burke right now. Well, not a big chance. London Yellow was quick to point to the spot. Between the build-up as one was there from the offside or a foul that mentioned that as well. If they get stumble penalty in terms of Roddy has fouled them length away. So that's about that. Still, one that was to press really high dead opponent place. Do with a lot of time it. You got a cold seat. Then because Alan went to fight to steal the ball off Dr. Sheik. Call penalty. Just concentration and Christopher on thin pivot. And outwins Federico Navani's 2 from 2 this season. And make it a hat-trick and stand the 100% record from the spot. We have seen penalties missed. In Serie of the weekend, Nico Panis, famous there, last gasp save by Cabinet Turking Como Atalanta. Just to take the deeds of his fellow countrymen. As we were saying, a 3 from 3 from the spots. Great chance there, stolen opportunity for Milan to open up daylight here. Nkunku to make it. Call penalty. Now 3 from 3 this season from the penalty spot. There are Christopher Nkunku. And Milan, 29 minutes gone, are well on the way to returning to winning ways. Yeah, AC Milan had absolutely flooding. So the Rabarias to win the side of the goal. It fouled the second goal for Damosoderi. Hurried up by the number 80. Oh, penalty perfection then from Nkunku. He won the penalty. Dusted himself off. Licked himself up. As Milan in a great position. Now putting the pressure back on into taking another big step towards Allegri's objective of top 4. It was the goalkeeper. Stick up, sickle posed. Said, Rabbi down the wrong way. And they could not even watch the penalty. But this is a huge goal for the Diavolo. The time this season in Serie, so this iconic celebration. No, and already starting to burst. Milan's bubble right now. They're famously the first time we've seen to go on when there's a penalty. Then to have to look to someone on the bench, often Oddbon, and that's Oddbon is nod or a shake in the head to realise what had happened. On this occasion, I think he was looking at the away end where the Milan fans are sitting. You can tell from the celebration, and of course the celebration is in the Milan dugout. They are 2 goals to the good and very disappointed. We expected to prevent you from Bologna tonight. Yeah, of course, the half tour pointed for AC Milan. Too easy, because we kept on sitting. AC Milan had another enormous chance for love to shoot after a couple of minutes. That's a quick one. Did have Siegel save to be. The team head of Modka at 5 years old, but even then, it's those troublers who central and as we're saying, to say I'm going to take a lot more. It's about the loss. Jet players surrounding the recent one. Ding him out. And straight out in front of Let's and they also. And I spoke about Angela Conte's been saying that there's too many games being played. A debate has sparked a debate amongst coaches in Serie right now. Allegri, in his typical way, saying, well, I was at Juventus, 5 straight hits after 2 Champions League finals. I think that's him saying, well, with the high records. Anyway, stop. Also leading. Hard job now. Random Hadagala. So attached. It's a stretch there. Picking up with the throw. Yeah, your boy sedated. Look here. Too easy. If you lose that kind of challenge, the case of you give the chance to try. Failed. The biggest mistake is again be made by a game. There it's the prayer is trying to the ball with you. That's you have to wait. You tell to step so good to instant to drive it back. Where you gotta see to the strike. That's exactly what happened. Did be a but then again by Tuku. Very yes, Christopher Nkunku. I took out and read the bounce well. looking for Rabiot. Keep it alive. Rabiot. Abdesaki. Gunko for Loftus-Cheek. Now what guard, but the two bright notes running for Bologna. This the first half. It's often hard to find some space because of fatigue problems. Concerns for Milan. Coming close to a third a few moments ago. Hier bekommt sie ab, dass sie sich every time he's reached the last third, the packing third, Satic up. Back four line is not working properly for Italiano. Even in front of them, but too much room for that magician of ECBR. It's so staying. She humming away last season against Milan, but with the possibly with Canyon in him as well so far. London in this situation mid their senior players to already step up. Bro. Foiler. This off attack up. They've hit there again. Now Serie. Hills of down. The webs all the time. This one at one nice up. Did it play that? He's you can do bed sits up and he's Jonathan Hall. Every time that he receives the ball, he's not scared to take this ball, so be six players on them. But what did he taught something? At least I know he's the bullet pointer. What he'll set to go before them half bird. But wanna get in all that now, Bologna. And then the place insurance. Foil up. Yeah, this ball in away. Now Rowe. I missed the first touches and gets through there. Rabiot, that was still a gift. To be fair, I've spoken about that incident. My summon, it said peace has been restored between the two. Now Ferguson. Breton. Foiler. Sauter. Still on gap here. That's out. We're going to start again with the dog kick and we're into the dynamics of the first half. Milan done into this interval then with the 2-goal leads. But that's how you have to decide. Look at this. Just look well. Still give it the chance for Castle to use his strengths that hurt maybe no Gabia. Was at the back now. The leader of this is to be allowed. Moving on, straight home loss and wasn't the late Sanisha behind the bench in 2022. It's approaching both of these clubs. More success with Bologna, at least in his second stint. He dealt out of Helmsley. It's 3 minutes then. Bologna to get a goal back. Son into our quarters. So it's not over yet. Bannister. Shall they don't lower their guards and then this 2-goal push it into the half-time slot as Relegate just tries to make something happen on that occasion. Is forced all the way back. They'll get the pressure off this cheek. He's just still stuck. Put it into touch. Loftus-Cheek. Back by Ferguson. Still with Ferguson. Yeah, again, it's coming from a small ball cuts out the cave towards Ravaglia. They can see the second ball against Napoli on the Super Cup. The final. And they lost against the Pantope with a little glimpse. Dalton Run. Foiler. Yeah, and Ferguson. Vodka guards. And to all their odd guards. They're all kick. Yeah, you went from the solo out for them. I don't know if it can score from that position with Blake Wanyada. it gone. Probably there was a slight deflection near the challenge between the tussle between Gabia. Then the castle in the Serie. He's got it right again. Peps is on target in Bologna's one and only win in their past 10 in Serie. A 3-2 victory. It's Verona and the Mentigology. We're saying they did a number of fortress points in their past 5 in front of their supporters. With Stratton, they've got made this home sweet home again. And that's a climb back up the table. Sussex leave them at 10 points adrift. Their main places. We take you on the Brad in the Europa League playoffs. Fofana. Tegamet. Lovic is up on the match. Alzrenis twice this season. This could be it. There goes a half-time whistle. Milan incomplete. Ventral. Loftus-Cheek with the opener, his second of the campaign, his first since late August. And then Christopher Nkunku winning a penalty and then converting the penalty to put Max Allegri's man in the driving seat here at the Donata at the interval. Half-time then it is. Bologna 0 until. again, and welcome back to the stadion in the scorers. Så jävla scorat han oftast i Hanon Kumkup. Almost in the first half of Milan. Complete control start. Just Italiano. It is half time. Team talking stir something inside his players who need to get an early goal back. But concentration then for players out there before second half against underway. No changes to reports from either coach at the interval. Will be Milan to get us underway. Checks from Gianluca Mondaniello. And we're back underway. Playing Milan clinical in the first half, but Bologna Sunday didn't help themselves. Yeah, of course, it was poor. They were not good enough in the first half. They started set up okay, but there they had a couple of chances to make the deadlock. That the fact that they had to lose with lots of skicket that would pull out. Bologna beats a half me record, but you know, the next goal, despite that. But then, one to hit the game for his, attached up with the pressure here on Mike Daniel, confirmation of changes from Bologna. Daniel Peli giving them be starting 11, another opportunity to maybe he'll just give him, say, 5-10 minutes to see does any kind of reaction from his players. To a set 4, and he'll just be what he's supposed to, keeping tight bunts. That third goal, not be telling them, but do it, get in over the finishing line. There's odd guys. So Bordas only to Inter. Good match all between those two. To Inter, there's a pin into the foul. Despite these being young, I think he's improved this game. It's not taking chances. Studying into the kind of non-sense player. He knows what he has to do. Keep it simple. Clear winning the seats, got challenge with all guard and get in a foul. This one doesn't as well moving to Stories, which is just famous fun like me and after his time with General. Chance to step up in the increased competition. We'll see. I think a much different expectation was pressure. Given straight to Rabiot. Just see. 3 minutes after the race, though. That also, he get that. It could be good now, but yeah. Yeah. With a technical finish. And it's another mistake by Bologna, which is doing punished by Milan. There by Podas. These glowing subs up, the Bologna problems, issues at the moment for the third week. Who prepared this Lord? Well, for a win. I think can be solid and watch. They will instead expected above the top. Rabio, the Greek to expert team. Correct to your tips. This is a 10 of something pass. Slant up near that in the other easy job from the French staff. But this is a outrageous mistake. Almost for the club, and they've all come on the roads. That's why I was so eager to bring him to the club. I don't think that Arsenal may step up, say look to achieve their objectives. Want to enter his stride and will fire beyond Rabagna. Didn't do enough for Valenza. Make it awkward for Aja Rabiot. And the Arsenal rolling over the Rossablu. There, that's a schoolboy and a schoolboy mistake by Berada at the rope time. But you know, it come off of the dressing group. Thinking, okay, that's the next goal. We have to score. What the? Then you consider going like that. Now, an easy spell for an Italiano. Maybe it's going with you. Because just one win. That's 11, and so of course, yes, they did recently win on the European front. through to the playoffs. They're opening to take care of the Norwegian club Brand. Onto the domestic front. Down in 10. Of course, for a third successive loss at home and the first drag loss home and away. Mr. Fiorentina in the journal. Past 2. Zategama just stabs it up there on Kunku. Still grab the ball. Too easy. Just a straight ball forward behind. Lekku is a kind of a head. What a case wide. This wide and a bit sit Burkham. That's why the bit sit look of it. Take him. It cuts out it. It's not good enough. It's it as an option. And the new boy, Erland, but just arrived and put him straight into the side. In the meantime, there's been a yellow card shown. So continues to protest that to the referee. Meantime, its rebellion has been booked. Skorupski sent off last time, and that's why it's been provided. It's very churlish. Obvious booking. Poi. Stump Charles Pavlovic. Yeah, get the 7 up behind that beat there versus Torsudi. Cause like that. Not acceptable. Just say you can head Bologna, the regional derby here at home against Parma. It's a non-strong kickoff. Next set of Serie fixtures as Castro wins a foul. Milan have a lengthy break. And now taking off big result, just appointed to the Hieva. No, Saki got Girardino. With the blick take. Odd yards. We're going to be one making a change in the dugout. So ballots in it. That ball coming in. Now Stars disappointing. Gabbia grab your so much space here for that Sarri. Gonna find side. Gone out wide, had options. Here we know, Totas, you can have but put Selva to spot. It's such as one of the business here at sport at least the first time, but had that Italiano si the rosse plus fagli by kind of the basic something they've been great old spirit together this and Susan they finished 9th but run the corporate attack here and then experience in the Champions League as well. Before 1-5 Champions League under Jack Doctor. Subset man. The Europe. These qualifying by the league. They still want the Italian Cup. They want to defend their crown. They take on Lazio in the quarterfinals here again. Throw by Miranda. There's it. It's incredible. Not sure even Hagen was waiting, was asking for that kind of ball. No bisogno for the actor that and someday I thought of me so what if you absolutely at dinner so I think that here in the background England over in something on the loom little stadium and else. So nice of the substitution. So Solini and Kim Stoll. Him in the first half, man makes the start, adding goals to his game. Yeah, of course he has. That's a basic, of course. So you need the coins of the striker, but we said if up the very start to had the back the big port, 2 better chances. So each last scored 3 goals, but they had a couple of chances to score the 4th, the 5th one as well. The Minter. Now Meadows appealing. Silver's change his plan. They did a fresh in, but there's maybe 2 Bologna. still back. Then a glimmer of hope. Heads dropped. It's Milan that is commanding lead. Wouldn't expect them to throw it away. Well, stranger things. But in football, we know that. Into help guards. And the no doubt stood it inching over, throwing it across the pitch. And it fairly wasn't in sync. There is the Norwegian. But this year, the eyes though, the goal they concede. The first is coming from the bad mistake. Well, so they did the support by Berarda. So you did. They'll give me the single chance of lead back at this game. Hazard. Rowe can take on the defence here. Still with Rowe. More Stellinger can't be able to say. This went upfield by Takami. For Stellinger. Ferguson. Letting up their stick. So there, cuts up this. Help him grab the other ends. Holds it up, waiting for support here, the Frenchman. Lives in the form of Loftus-Cheek. Sadly, it's missed. That sums it all up really for, but on tacticals bullet, it moved the ball well up. Got about it, it's Kadita. Well, the silent that's up there, overlapping. Decent cut back. Kazali could put it least the class. On guard. Rutten and looking for Dellinger. But the Bologna. For Bebe the chance to play Dellinger Bebe was off, but you can see that best get the penalty spot left up back. Is on guard. Miranda. By the way, the ball guard headed over. Sadly goes appealing. Doesn't look like he's going to get in the corner. Okay, good chance on Kazala this time with his head up. A gap in the seat. That's how the defender has to defend them. Who co-parties don't give a chance for them to Kazala. The Bills up there, great pass in between Pavlovich. Legs at that. You can see Play comes out as nice striker. Before he just starts to the wrong verse and then turning centre back. Second season now with the Bologna colours. Letneski's just beaten to the punch there by Modric. Sit up that short inch in the Supercoppa semi-final against Inter. They won on penalties. That's what he said, man, losing the final to Antonio Conte's now. It won the first piece of silver of the season. So Bologna in the final. And Coppa Italia returning tomorrow, the quarterfinals beginning. There you see Boilermaker in the book here as well. Fauna does to Julian Travaglia, the yellow cards. Yeah, good for this one by full fun up. And waited for fun up. The dead that turned the imp. It's been a good game. Finally to be the up the pipe to Portic Diana with the ball that showed up the tree always want to keep so well. Front another one to shoulder injury this season. It's one of them rendered him. So they showed it, but they've got their Swiss midfielder back now. Ending like that on for fun. Only like Kinley starting lineup. Look at that endless watching life on the bench. Set distance this time here. De Binton. Just cheap. No. With the Belgian. McCalmont. Rapios. So they're on odd guards. Yeah, boy, they're just pulling their streaks. You know, off the pod. Should try to press him, but put him hard. This going to play what? That's ball. To leave his hip tied to turn. Then he's going to take the tempo. Does have an option to extend his stand. But in the season, then we said that Fresher will decide it's down to him. Stop wanting to stay. So the Gresham will have the final word. Rose ball in. The Modesky. Freuler. Ferguson. Still there. Way by Modric. Bro, this is way through. Good fly. Dellinger. Big rub. Second touch, just a split too heavy, just taking him away from. Yeah, but it's looking lively. It's the only player that you can see there's looking to create. It's looking for that part of the place without the defending ground. Even the other but like it was really tight to these centre back and managed to clear up the danger. They'll have this game. And this guy I'm watching, the chairman Joey Sepulto. Hernandezki. Read by Davinza, just goes after the ball. Down the middle to Midster. As we were saying, a slow start. So I thought, man, going on every now and again as a substitute, but Bruce injured to Pavlovic. Tomorrow maybe not quite at the levels of a couple of seasons ago. Strong good one in the side of Vintu Shangi. Serves to Bijinet. Really earning his strikes as a Milan defender. Now, Bernardeschi. That's Navlic. Being Odegaard. Have a go here. Odegaard. Manuel gets down low, makes the save. Well, an effort by the Rossa Blue. Yeah, about the football. That pop these down, so he's got the good shot. Top, I love the need to shot. So the idea, Udall and we said it fair. It's up to splash shot to be the number 16. Bro. Onto Vinta. Vinta's straight out to that leg, and there she works. To the other end, every second, spell like Juventus in faint. How good handing him is. Juventus foul. And that's nights and them working together again, but in Milano. Now Miranda. It's onto the red 3 in. Up his hands. And Pawson, apologetic question. He wasn't even watching the ball. He wasn't ready to watch the defensive line. Odegaard. Modric away from Freuler. Modric. Loftus-Cheek. One hand with Casada, still in Loftus-Cheek. Casada makes a block. Then went to the by himself to try to find his let some of Brady's Casada decided did well to block the shot by the Englishman. He does. See the instructions then from Lambucci. Reese, some assistant. Wafana. Dubinta. To Kalme. Right, yeah. Then they need to see it go to watch the blue jersey. And John over though. Dubinta. Loftus-Cheek. Nicely done. Dubinta. Just Cheek. Put it to Belgium. Carmen. Milan can't afford to do that, can't they, man? Just keep the ball away. They don't need to force anything right now. Especially because they've got the technical ability to keep it 4-5. And we see even the Victor join this game. Top off decent skills. Abavic. Out there. I know it's Ferguson. Then I can't just starting to pile up now. Freuler, Ferguson. and Ravati. We saw more or waiting in the wings for Bologna. We'll see whether they're coming on full on a Ferguson or Freuler. Both been booked. Debit of frustration, but it's the yellow card. You can see the referee just a couple of meters away at the push of the Full just keeper. Robert Freuler making late. Bono coming on the Croatian midfielder, looking forward to this all Croatian duel. There's been a gunshipman Luka Hodric in the middle of the park. Third chance tonight then for Vincenzo Italiano. 25 minutes, most of the time to go. This is been making way to Milan shortly. Off the street. Chapman. And incidentally, thought he was going to sneakily get a goal there. Missed Yankin. Kind of was alert. I think he touched the ball first with his left foot up before delivering the ball inside the box. So plays a really good game as well. Especially going forward. He's a good player. Son of Angus thinks watching on from the stands. There's competition. Of course, Team Sport be delighted that Emma playing his part tonight. Then Mebdeski. Little his experience right now. Yeah, and first time. And I'll bet Mebdeski was shaping up to shoot there. They're just getting in the wide, treading on his toes. Ravarius off his line. He keeps him going. So, keep up there. High tempo here. Try and get a goal back and give themselves a limp. Off hope at least. Ferguson, Mockguards, trying to hold alone there. He tried to be into a guard, bit a tight area. To now a couple of changes. Couple of what are the couple of youths for a couple of these real players. Dulce Shridka. There. This cheek got far. Somewhere Ricci. This cheek and it dumped the nailed goal tonight. Some support on Christopher Nkunku. Support striker slash attacking midfielder. Together also coming off here. Tamori coming on. Does that change anything? Taptica is third full now. Milan has it told us probably we see if the return would be the player that we got could play it on. Top on it's gonna face Serie. In an unusual position for him, a kind of weak back up then the position would be the one. Now we're playing maybe alongside the Cuckoo. There is some Modric under real pressure here from the side. Yes, it makes the fact. It's just saying one of the looks of things that then playing still in that three-man regarded to Mori on this right. As we actually have seen it play there in the past as a right back on Milan the previous career and with a four-man defense. Yeah, it would be interesting to see how they're going to shape it a bit in the middle of the park. Probably not reaching will give a chance for Labuan for further to go solo on them. Allegri, these Maestro trying to find the right shape to be completed solid. So now Delinka bursting through the middle. Now we had 5 yards. Model. And pass for Fana. Might make a good, brave, confident goalkeeping. There, good job on that flag cut by the decent bullet, but this man needs to find up. Put forward, ever take his side is a old boxer. It's up for Nkunku. Right in front of the assist. Doesn't remain the flag for a foul. This time was Milan around the seeing from the same hymn sheet. Zotte. That's Deski. Left Dizaki. Deski. Wrong one. He was just switch in there between Davinta and Tomori. That's right to what is there. Plenty of solidity at the back. Ogolit. Hanegrit. Spotted that they're only played of Kednan. Gave a similar proverbs. Isa. For what? And they put the body there. So for the number 11. For that also Bill would be out of the face to body at the week top. Situation then the table with himself. Top dogs, 5 points play of Milan. This results like third. It's 46 points after between Fiorentina over the weekend. Lieutenant Fonse winning the Amchina Donna the Golden Ben. Who did this week after last season the Scudetto, but this time he's playing the coach of the year. One spot, Juventus. I'm topping out the top 5 illusion to Tunes. Here's Zotte. But of course, good job by Softea. Good pass to Pablo. The net tried to feed their side. But Jovis debates inside the box by Smiada. He said it properly. Many cameras. The Linga, Sub-appeal, this 3 waves them away. And it's saying there was a yeah, Lock didn't spot anything. Did he? Set another look at man or well, gone. Your shoulder. No chance. Just shows that up. No, it's interesting. So the other shoulder patch and I see if that is no. She's the better to say. In a hot placed. General command in yeah, look. It's yeah, shouting comes on. This says Nicholas Deanford. Homefield Hoods. Evenings well up from him. Deckford. It's another run out here. Modric's coming off for smiles. Him and the leg. So you saw me a shouting. Coming on the Swiss midfielder. The Bruderman. This is Drenshu since joining. Starting to find thickness that in recent weeks. But a bit of pressure on Hegem. Fulbrook, the only winter additional that actually did sign. In fact, just Cisse from Verona, but it's been left on Danzaro, the 20-year-old Italian, turning ready for next season then. Function like they're done the first half and sells through. Having a medit though. Tomori. Sorry, swooping a bit earlier. Off it up into I thought, yeah, Shatley. Rapio. Yeah, Shatley. Was there. Opposite, so quick is down this striker that he soon got out the palm could add. So at the other PC is another offensive player, though. Aldelinka. Suddenly up at both ends. Then no exchange. Slips at the wrong time. Pavlovic. Rapio. That's over his shoulder. Son, his teammates to improve. Now showing his small nails as well. But that players are still getting back in shape after a long end fight. So can't forward on the break. When they go back. Beachy. Fun. Where the Ricci. So season at the club. The Torino captain. Also to make that step up. Så Stefano Pioli, yes, Stefano Pioli the start. Pericolative Parozzi for her Bologna, Fiorentina defender. Decrook. Fairly touching Milan to their last to score it. The 21-22 campaign. Also, he's been in charge of Bologna in his career as well. And from this part of the world. Stefano Pioli's touristic experience and unfitted spell, a second spell. Charge of Fiorentina. Still struggling, has to be said, after the Palma Banoni. And the Model 3 huge game with Torino this weekend for La Piona. Shoot, Isa and Verona. So down. And that best game. Ferguson. And that best game. Boom, Rose balling it. It's a 50-50 ball. And yeah, calls for it and blames it. And like, yeah, it's an great fight. Of course, for a clean sheet as well. Which would be the perfect way to celebrate that contract radio. Since to 2031, so could smooth into his career really with the Serie, the now 30-year-old and Frenchman. Played now, Paris in position for Bologna. Dead and was just studied, yeah. In retreat, the Serie, the Serie, the old chance. And that's his return. That is something positive for Manuel for Bologna, so they can create things, get a spark. So much experience, of course, for Juventus and top Italy international, especially considering that Boris is doing poor on that side. So I should speak about that, saying that one of the weaknesses, let's say, of Bologna is playing a number of games in quick succession. When they have a European game and soon after a Serie, then it does tend to struggle. And Solini, Delinka, Zoltan, William Chatty, Demetrius, feeling his way in. Big play. Charles, big money move last summer. A drug shot for above of the Cincinnati supporters, no defeats in Serie on the road this season for Milan. Of course, to make it games their own beats in Serie. It can be Aggie is given opportunity, as is the William. This is to do it the job. That one, Naked is doing was an analysis boycott that towards anybody that loved the season that could have a big face, even out be face position. This one with up the campaign. Tournament points better off than this time last year. Season which started on the front set and they consists out brought in the second part of the season, but couldn't steady the ship. Did win the Super Cup comeback against Inter, lost the cup final and get Milan been to Europe. As we're saying, can be an advantage as Napoli showed last season. And Sunfire showing. So keep the pressure on Wisdom People's now at 30. Sassuolo, but then stay in the Serie. So again, a perennially a favourable fixture. Having said that, they have often been, and they both see them more. That have had a bonusman in these clubs down through the years, in particular the medical bet out and did much to play. The Milanese Giants caused by him. The Mateschi. Full approach. From West Ham. And then have an option. It's made to do permanent come this summer for around €5 million. It's already scored one goal. And against Lynchip. Seven's really enjoying his experience so far. Milanello. Looks not afraid of wearing that number 9 jersey, Manuel. Chance been some upset cursed really since a few points to have Kish Boop for a time. Though she do had a good one as with the man that barring anything was Torres. Digwai never really let Sansira light with that number. Days always, to seal those kind of points up. Tipo Zaghi was an absolute legend for an Italian football. Juventus based to be up as well. Both was the kind of striker that was basically police to be out there. After Mele some Spain back in March. Still loving for that for surgery. Chirico Monchel is in base final last January. Mexican forward. Letting get Zaptea. Didn't group. Yeah, you just outside to Mori and arm's length. The Kirianis keeps in Elliot Kembiaki. Mora. Up to point on 10 minutes. So Shani, there's no observation was done. It showed me the means every attention. So it's looking like the others don't give it up. But this cycle makes it happen, goes forward or tries to bump his target. Ferguson. It's a lot too. And Bianen Gig. What? Nishadi, first time. Full crowd, 5 stay definitely. Full crowd. That's more like he crowd about avoiding a complete rapids. And it gets out there, it's tight up. Put it play up for basically now these pieces that I might didn't want against one battle. Put it up on by Josh Charlie. You can see he's squared up a foot. This got quality. Needs left foot. And Adidas starting some life up into that broken night very early on. Serie champion on Modo. Not given Deal candidates for player of the match. Spires and just one Bologna, but Jonathan Rose now gone up the deed, tried to the very end. He's trying for something, never afraid to have a go. Take on the Rossellini rear guards. Thinking about Talabania, baby Thomas goes a couple of pipes, has been exposed. Lost his shake, now for Cook. The defensive order. Then the skiing fine wide. Put Kukway that as well. They did their first goal occasion. But yes, I agree. Look here, this ball. For the first touch ball towards foot hit here. Take it well, but too heavy at the hub that did work, but was really tight. Look, couldn't really cause the Ford Cook that give him a chance to place the ball into the net. Well, something up. Yeah, Shai's more fall. Full Kirk still playing through the pain with a broken toe. Maybe it's praised in full, gritting his teeth and putting the team first, and there's being there playing quarter upon us. Estupinian comes on. Started the season as a starter, but Matnazagi's four. Seen Matnazagi become that first choice. On that left-hand side, Estupinian, summer addiction from Brighton. And number 2 jersey, which has been on to Capper, being pretty sure. There's Hansen and stuns. Swim is not this for me. Dear spotted boxers, I did touch his light up shit. And last time, trick. There is just a ceaseless. Late here, man, on 3 points. Without having to risk Rafael as well, could trust him to rest. So that Rossetti was 100% fit. Fixing up for the bench tonight. Watching on. It's other 10 days ready to serve. Men's next game against Peas on the 13th. It's somebody to rest up. Half guards. Back with odd guards. Now come Gianni. Little Gianni. And you know what? Too tight tonight. That was Serie defense. Amsterdam performance. Some space here through the middle. Yeah, Shadi. So fun. Opposite along. Stupinja. Rabiot. Stupinja. Footballer. That's just a sentence. He likes to go forward, tucked a little bit behind, like the cat is doing for the Juventus. And yeah, Tomo doing a good job against Nico Yanis. Tape of the bus. Always to be out players involved to nothing. Have that wish. A bit of tiredness. Inevitably creeping in. Now into the final 5 minutes of normal time. Emmerich mission accomplished. We're still there and again to win. More points and then qualifying for the Champions League, get back to the top table of European football. The tires stressing that massive, that's the objective, he says. So inevitably slightly ahead because they've been competing for the Scudetto for the past 7 years. Thriving on Antonio Conte. Was same to reach 2 Champions League finals in that time, but under Simone Inzaghi. But I think they need to chase down Milan. They have to win their very own, the Seconda still at their second starter on 19 league title. So the level of it made it 20 under. So in a 23-24 campaign, famously for Inter, sealing it by beating the Rossoneri. That would be interesting to see. This double without the Champions League football midweek will be back in the cut-off free also, so it's for the Scudetto. Depends on the injuries as well, which is what it's when the first time Tony Conte has been complaining that there's been he feels there's far too much football being played, which is why players are thinking about those injuries. If we having his say, and that that pace now. Delinga. Kamgiaraki. There's also that. Just keep trying until the very end. Something. Put it down to the cheer about tonight. Paulo Minga drawing under control. Onion was soul searching tonight. Rabiot. And the arm does eventually go up. Yeah, but yeah, but was too close. And that's the big poor player. Look, you see what Casale is. Slowly, Cassie, Elvis, Charles, slow down your run, you'll be downside because Rabiot is gonna feed you with this putting your left foot. On the footsteps of another German who done the Milan cameras, but in the 1990s, or the Bierhofen was dicked up with Milan in 1999, famously. That was Pironi's Milan did win on 9-1. So a bit to be carried towards the title, but on our knees, put it to that area. James Donuts. What a player he was. Oliver beat us up with the hope it is. I think we would have lead probably. On Zaccheroni coming up. Yeah, we done it. It's smart. Coming to the end, Milano. Must have been both of this. Vanya got it up to again, avoiding another round. They save me. Told that off the best performance by Alaman. Presumably did an absolute good job of to prevent the fluke. They just caught the thorns of the night. Let's go down on there, but they got Alanians bad to say. I'd 6 and save me here. Making. As they emerge victorious and looks of things a clean sheet as well, which is what Allegri continues to stress as well. If Marto hits first this start, actually goes out to them. See if we can get a goal at the other end. That's his bubbling philosophy. They're much on the attacks, but then these will bring the result first rather than necessarily the football philosophy. Instead of the attacks, they jump to Steve, but your football philosophy first, the way he approached the game. Since also his different ways, but whether his results speak for themselves. Qudam sanity طبعا السوق بيجي for Italiano. Close down look like Bologna, the league, they won't have a target, but they are still the Italian Cup face a lot to the quarterfinal. Europa League is one they could actually be an all-round title of them derby. The round of 16 stage. A step at a time, they're going to get that brand first. It's the Vinter lines there. Tomorrow. The 4 minutes then, and the pain will be over for Bologna. Su San Manuel so well, she might try to around now Vincenzo Italiano. Just the one win in the past 11 in the Serie. Good enough for Bologna. Ambitions they have as beyond. That's plenty of space in. Spans an opportunity. Because we said last season though, that Bologna had these kind of strong team, the speed. He's lucky. He's been at best gig. Instead of running the ball. And then Ronaldo already in recent years, however, they go back to Sinisa Mihailovic and then Tango Martin and then Daniel that season, but this evidence is something being brought could maybe. It's not chicken, are they? Get sick. Italiano has shot the first proper at the back. Maybe though, it took examples of a little bit tight at the back, but you see it. Don't take chances. Then you look what I have a chance going forward, but first, not concede that will give you the chance to win games. In such senior figures. Someone sorry, you need the Fergusons before it is done. Step up as well. Get them out of the home, really, in the coming weeks. So the new additions, the San Sam, Gianmario, they can have an imbalance to the exits of Chidi Marpina. Half the season with Milan to even get a single goal. They got a penalty in that shootouts against Inter, but Horing then. There's no expelled for him. King Serie. Cambiare King. Oro. Then at this, he has a go, but why not at this stage? You try your own lad. Maybe sometimes in this kind of situation, Thomas, you will change of shape. Kedner Dixit back where they started the yes, you can see probably the foot to the balls that he did not offside position, but these put it on a body as well. Again, look here. This is a decent save, by the way. And maybe Daniel will think about something in terms of shape, but if more solidity is the team needs to happen with them. Just continue to sing your praises, man. You said the first goal of the second half was going to be Milan, got it very early on. Since then, it really has been game over. On a few chances that are really difficult for them Milan defense, or well, may only find this Milan that could have added to their goal tally. She's waiting for the Rossoneri then. They're skiing. So then just about on the way. 3. Here's marching into the dying embers. Final fixture from match day 23 in Serie. Into look at cup action tomorrow. Of course, this weekend's fixtures in Serie. It's with it set. From solid top spot. The other end, it's going to be interesting seeing these of Verona or Fiorentina to boost their survival chances. He had strengthened their grip on set them spot and narrow the gap to Inter. 22 get names now unbeaten for the Rossoneri. Adrian Rabiot rolling over the Rosso Blue with the goal to seal it. Loftus-Cheek with the opener. Nkunku with the second from the penalty spot. Concerns and pressure on Vincenzo Italiano's Bologna, however. Just one win now, and that's 11 for Bologna. They now have 11 points off the European spots. The night now belongs to me. Personality far too strong tonight, far too good for Bologna. And Milan now will enjoy a lengthy break to the 13th of February when they take on Pisa. Lots of question marks over Bologna. But all is white in the Rossoneri world. Final score here, Bologna nil. The Yantori. He did fine. So, Pellegrino here, mixed the ball off his man, forces the Saints, but Tony out the rebound. And Capinine does enough. Cagliari playing with fire, not for the first time in the game. Palmer spurred a huge chance to take an early lead here at Ripolldonis. Smart saves from Gabriele. This one, reaching out. He's lost it here at the port. Bernabé into Cutrone. A big chance. Caprile once again denying Cutrone. Cagliari caught out in the centre of the park. Zanelli with the set piece. It's a delightful ball, and Caprile comes it down for a corner. Almost came to the Cagliari stopper in slow motion, but he was quick to react once again to the big save of the match. Comes the service from Emanuele Valeri. It's low this time, in to find Cutrone. Caprile, for the third time in the game, denying the man from Como.